All right, I'm hopping into the game, and then I'm gonna go check the thing. So we have Grand Cathay of Torreson versus Trogdor the Flatulent on Eshin. And for his Eshin army, no Scryer, no Molder, no Poison Globes, no Warp Lightning Cannons. Torreson, you have no idea how hard it was to spend my funds. Dude, Torreson, Skaven have had 2 close games that ended in losses, and we got shellacked once. All right, Skaven need a win here, so I'm rooting for Trogdor so Skaven can get on the board. Let's go. So for Hyper Elite Grand Cathay, really he just has double the funds as normal, but still a 20 stack limit, and then no campaign units because he's Cathay and he doesn't have them. So we'll see what he does. We have the Grace of Kiyin, a bunch of Celestial Dragon crossbows, Fire and Rocket Battery, Jade Warrior Halberds, Celestial Dragon Guard, all triple gold chevron, including the Dune Dragons, the Green Guardian, Longma Riders, a Celestial General who has a name, and I will look it up. Lord Hans of the Southern Isles, and he typed to me, he said the Southern Isles do not route. We have an Astromancer with Comet and Wind Blast, and then Bound Comet and Bound Celestial Lightning, and then we have the Jade War Drum, Zhengdu War Drum ROR. Very elite front line. Triple gold chevron Celestial Dragon Guard buffed up by a War Drum. He's right, they will never break. Bro, no Scryer, Molder was rough. True. Also, hi, Jeremy. Trogdor in the chat, one of our players. The Pestilence Eshin Alliance, primarily Eshin, but he can have Pestilence Mercenaries. We have Plague Monk Sensor Bearers, including a Blightscap's Plague Pack, Plague Monks, an Eshin Sorcerer with Black Whirlwind, Warp Stars, and Skitter Leap. Then we have Skaven Slaves and Clan Rats holding up the back line. And then we have some flanking units. We have Night Runners. Well, we'll do this first. We have 5 Death Runners over here. And then in the far flank, we have Eshin Triads, Night Runner Slings, Gutter Runner Slings, Deathmaster Snitch, and an Assassin, as the Eshin forces are going to need to close in. Now, the Night Runners are not stocked. Only Gutter Runners are stocked. So Cathay knows these Night Runners are here. Also, I'm surprised when you're playing against an Eshin army, he didn't bring Zaytang to just instantly get rid of all of the stock. So, that's what's up. The Skaven advance. He has the biggest army by far so far. He has 4,500, which I almost got to 4,000 in my first game, and then since then I've been slacking. So Trogdor bringing the true Vermintide. Cathay is outnumbered, I think, yeah, over 3 to 1. Every single man in the Cathay army has to kill 3 Skaven, and then a little bit more. A little bit more. So the Fire and Rocket's the only artillery piece. It is turning and firing. Looks like it's going to start shooting at the oncoming Night Runners, which, from Cathay's perspective, they just see a couple Night Runners walking towards them. They don't know all these stocked units are here, so they don't know they should be shooting at, like, this one right here that'll hit a whole bunch of units. He's just firing at what he can see. So he's getting some accidental shots on these Eshin Triads. It looks like they're not stocked anymore because they're starting to take some damage and they are moving in. Meanwhile, the Celestial Dragon crossbows are absolutely lighting up some Skaven slaves, and the world sighs and says, bro, who cares? Like, kill that Skaven slave, see what we care. As the Plague Monks, Sensor Bearers, and Plague Monks are moving up under the power of Skitter Leap, giving them more speed and stock. You can't see these, Plague Monks. You can't see shit. Screw you, Cathay. As the Gutter Runners start to get in range, the Death Runners are closing in this game, but actually have a pretty good surround for Trogdor having to pilot like 40 units. So they're starting to close in. We'll see if too many blobs form up or if they can actually get some decent shots out, as these Jade Warriors are unshielded. So they're 70 armor just getting shot at by slings and stuff. As the slings get in range of the Celestial Dragon crossbows, 95 armor and bronze shields should keep them pretty safe. As a Bound Comet comes down, but Blightscap's Plague Pack and the boys dodging. The boys are dodging as Snitch and the other lads moving up as well, getting some good damage on the Jade Warriors. And so far, Trogdor's doing better than I did in a lot of stuff, as the Death Runners have collapsed in on the Jade Warriors. Could it be a Skaven victory in the year 2021? maybe, as that comet definitely hit, while firing rockets also just cleaving through these guys, but Eshin Triads are running up to deal with these long Marauders, and we have 360 shooters that could maybe deal with these guys too. So I honestly think that engagement's going fine for the Skaven too, but what's going amazingly well is the Death Runners going to cleave through those Jade Warrior Halberds super effectively. Now a nice wind blast down the side. Other Death Runners are in. The firing rocket's almost out of ammo, so it looks like the Death Runners are just going to ignore them and continue on, as we do have some Pestilence units that need to get moving, need to get in there. We have more Eshin Triads moving up. Damage value is in Torsten's favor by quite a lot, but the actual state of the battle seems to be going fine for the Skaven. So yeah, I am not counting them out just yet, as Death Runners are going to soon get through these Jade Warriors. Have some random Skaven slaves on the side that need to get moving, and like I said, these two Plague units also could use to move a little bit more. Eshin Triad's going to get hit by another something. It looks like this is a real comet, but Snitch is actually just going to leave them to their fate. He and the Assassin run over to start dealing with this Astromancer. So a lot of balance of power for Grand Cathay. You do have to remember with these damage values getting a little inflated and Cathay is pulling ahead. They are investing a lot in ammunition, which when you kill those units, you'll get a lot of that value back quickly. And we have the War Drum, and we have the Astromancer, so that is a lot of non-combat power locked up in these things. The Skaven send in the second wave. We have some of the Forgotten Skaven Slaves. We have some of the Forgotten Pestilence units running in, and a predictive another comet. Does Blightscab see it? They see it, they stop, they turn. I bet it's going to curve towards them because this game is rigged. But man, if it curved towards the Celestial Dragon Guard, that would make me so happy. Oh, it hit them a little bit, a teeny tiny bit, as the Astromancer is routing. We have Eshin Triads grouping up around Snitch. The Jolly Green Giant is back in, and he's swinging again for the fences. But Trogdor has stopped the bleeding on the damage value, and he's trying to stay in this game. Bounce power is slightly in Grand Cathay's favor, but again, they're trying to stay in this game. A lot of Night Runners have fallen back. They need to turn and fire. It looks like they have Fire Will on, so they should be just shooting at whatever they can, as the Astromancer is trying to rally with these Jade Warriors. He has plenty of leadership. He'll come back. He just needs to get away from the fighting for a little bit, as other Celestial Dragon Crossbowmen come back. Death Runners run up on him, and where's Snitch? Snitch and the Assassin with some Eshin Triad help are going to try and cleave the Jolly Green Giant, but in comes those spooky, scary lion mounts. Cathay is very good against the Skaven right now, in my opinion, in like normal, non-thematic battles, because that Lion's Roar -8 leadership and minus immune to psychology. You can see Snitch, even their Lord at almost full HP, is thinking about routing, so he does retreat there. Eshin Triads in, getting a lot of damage out. Bounce power has gotten even a little bit better for the Skaven. The Skaven have a lot of units that have rallied to the fight that need to come back in here. It looks like we have Gutter Runners over here that theoretically have Fire at Will on, but they are not shooting. So I do think that people have been memeing on me a lot, like, I don't know why me specifically, but they have been saying a lot like, oh, but Fire Will was fixed, and then they're obviously kidding. It looks like there are still some Fire Will bugs, because man, there's a lot of units just not shooting. But here they get a rear shot in on these Jade Warrior Halberds. It should be fine. We have a lot of random Skaven around, and the Celestial Caster came back, threw out a quick shot, but Snitch is going to tear out away from the Lion, from the Jolly Green Giant. He will rally. That's not a real route, but there's a lot of faster stuff than him that's going to run him down. He needs some support, and soon. Skaven falling behind in the bounce power again. They've caught way up on the damage value, but as I unfortunately know from a lot of experience, if you lose your Lord as the Skaven, you're usually just doomed. But Snitch rallies, he gets to safety. That's actually pretty huge. If he can get near all these Night Runners that are just going to throw and try and save him, that would be huge. The Zhengdu War Drum taking a ton of damage. Grace of Kiyin and the other Celestial Dragon crossbow still firing into the Eshin units. But we have a lot of Slingers left here. That should be okay. Still a decent amount of Triads and Gutter Runners too. So I really think the Skaven are pulling a nice comeback here on the bounce power. I have said several times they're behind on the bounce power, but the actual state of the game, I thought they were doing fine. So I won't go back in time and pretend it's like they were massively down and this is an incredible comeback. It's just like, no, they're pulling the balance power back. They rallied some bad situations. They got Snitch back into what he needed to do. We have Triads surrounding the Jolly Green Giant. Celestial General gets up in the sky. He got netted by Snitch while he was still on the ground. And now we have some Slingers trying to fire at him, and a Warp Star out there. Wow, that Warp Star did a lot of damage. The Overcast kind of hurt too, but still a lot of damage. War Drum is less than 1,000 HP, so if any Slingers can get back in range of it, they will be just fine. And for Grand Cathay, we have a full health Dune Dragon, a nearly full health other Celestial Dragon Guard, and then 2 Celestial Dragon Crossbows with a ton of HP. One of them doesn't have that much ammunition. Other than that, Grand Cathay's not feeling too hot. Skaven, they're much more wounded, like across the board. The damage is very spread out for them, but they have a lot of crap left. As the Jolly Green Giant is starting to missile reflect some stuff, and we have a meteor coming in. The Skaven see it. Now they start to run. Did they run in time? They're very fast. They're quick little guys. They're going to scamper away as Snitch and the Assassin are hunting down the Terracotta Sentinel. Looks like these other guys are fighting on. Bounce power is pretty close, but it's tipping back towards Grand Cathay. The Skaven are only 1,000 damage value away. In a game that has 30,000 gold damage value dealt, they're only 1,000 apart, so that's pretty huge for them as Snitch is hunting down the Jolly Green Giant. And remember, the lower this thing gets, the more damage Snitch is going to do, and Slingers are even helping out. It's going to start that little crumbling here soon. Nobody has captured the point. That's not what we're doing today, I guess. We only really have one Celestial Dragon crossbow left. It has 11 ammunition, which is quite a lot, but this Grace of Kian only has 4 ammo, so they're going to use that for sure and then just become kind of a half-ass melee unit. Snitch took big damage from something. The Jolly Green Giant must have gotten a couple big hits on him, so Snitch is going to try and finish him off, but Jolly Green did not go out without a fight. He did do a lot of damage to Snitch. The Skaven can't afford to lose on their lord. Celestial General is very low. I would like to see as many Warp Stars as possible thrown at him to finish him off. And a lot of this game is going to come down to the Slingers. The Slingers have got to carry this for the Skaven because they can finish off the Astromancer pretty easily. They can finish off the War Drum if it's not already dead. It's over there. It's fine. So yeah, the Skaven Slingers can still do a lot of stuff. And if they stay split up, the Celestial General can't be everywhere at once. And then if you get into a hyper late game situation, you can easily kite the Dune Dragons and the other Celestial Dragon Guard with your Slingers. So Eshin Slingers, for the first time in their lives, going to have to carry this game. The Skaven are very, very low, and Snitch might just have to play a bit of Battleship and try and stay hidden from the Celestial General, because I'm worried the Celestial General is just going to dive on his ass at one point. I got some messages. I had to see if they're important. They are just the players for the next game telling me they are ready and giving me the lobby code. So Cathay is rallying some forces and chasing down various routing elements. They're reforming their lines as best they can. So this is the last of the Grand Cathay force. For Cathay, they have lost 900 troops. For the Skaven, they have lost 3,000. And this still leaves Grand Cathay outnumbered almost 4-1 as Eshin Triads take the front line. We have all these Slingers lining up. Snitch and the Assassin are staying very far back. And this Eshin Sorcerer, we gotta see more Warp Stars going towards that Celestial General. If the Skaven are going to clutch a victory, they have to take out that General because, not actually because of his leadership for once. Grand Cathay's leadership is cooking. They don't give a single crap about their leadership. The problem with the Celestial General is his ability to dive Snitch. You gotta take him out for that part. We also could take out the Zhengdu War Drum and actually make Grand Cathay a little more breakable, but we'll see if that ends up mattering. Grace of Kian, 1 volley left. Do not focus your fire on them. They are not worth it. If you're going to shoot one of the archers, shoot the one that has all the ammo. The Grace of Kian are about to become a half-ass melee unit, but I would really like to see those slings finish off the Zhengdu War Drum. I would really like to see those slings finish off the Astromancer, and I need to see some Ninja Stars getting chucked at the Celestial General. Snitch and the boys are getting back into the fight. Grace of Kian have fired their last. They are now the melee unit we have threatened so much, and there is a black whirlwind on the Dune Dragons doing some decent damage to them, but they do have spell resistance, and I just have to think that the Celestial General is more important. In comes those Ninja Stars we talked about. Nice big damage. Snitch, if the Celestial General hits his charge attack onto Snitch, whenever he decides to do it, if he hits that attack, Snitch is dead. If he doesn't hit it, the Celestial General might die. If you have Assassin's Trophy paired with, oh, he still has the Rival High Talisman, that could actually be huge. Minus 64 melee attack on the Celestial General. If he ever dives, Snitch could be a huge bait. As Snitch and the boys get involved in the fight, we have some random Skaven slaves. Snitch is trying to hold it down with these Celestial Dragon Guards surrounding him. The Zhengdu War Drum's down to 600 HP, but it's still alive as the Skaven Slingers are kiting back. This guy has the little shooting thing, which only happens when he's throwing his Ninja Stars. Another Ninja Star out. That is huge damage. This is a big moment. Is the Rival High Talisman on point? We know it's off cooldown. It's a one-time use. He needs to pop it. He needs to pop it right now to stay to the Dragon Guard number is down. Deathmaster Sigil. Leadership is down, and Snitch gets hit. Rival High Talisman Assassin's Trophy is down to 6 melee attack, but Snitch already took the damage. Snitch is instantly routing, but at least he's not dead as Celestial General realizes he can't win this. He needs to run away from the Assassin. He's taking a lot of damage. How did he get into the sky? How did he get into the sky? You can't do that. He was hitting you. We all know he was hitting you, you cheating piece of shit. Snitch is running for the hills. He can't hold on. His leadership's too low. He's taking too much damage. He's going to perpetually rout. We know that. Skaven are on a very limited clock. Before Snitch reaches the edge of the map, they need to finish this game or their leadership's going to be too bad that they can't possibly do it. The Zhengdu War Drum's at 100 HP. HP. It just won't die. The assassin's trying to get rid of these guys. Someone kill the damn drum. 90 HP. It's still falling. You need to get rid of it so that these two Celestial Dragon Guard will rout, so that maybe the Astromancer will rout, so that somebody can do something to save Snitch. Some gutter runners are running bodyguard service. They need to get between Snitch and the Celestial Generals who's going for him. The Shignu Wardrobe's still alive. 82 HP. It just won't die. The gutter runners are throwing at it. Finally, it dies. Finally, the leadership of Grand Cathay starts to fail a little bit, and the gutter runners did it. They successfully peeled for Stitch, but he's too low. One leadership. How did you come back? I didn't think it was literally possible. As the gutter runners try and peel the Celestial General. Battleship mode. Battleship mode. He pops concealment bombs and Slippery. He's running for it, but his leadership goes negative again, like I thought it would. I'm surprised he even came back at all. The Eshin Sorcerer is trying to get in rage for another sneaky little ninja stars. The Eshin Assassin and the gutter runners are trying to finish off the Astromancer for now. Do we have another ninja stars? I don't think so. With that black whirlwind we used earlier, it doesn't look like we have the resources for that. If Snitch doesn't rally, this game is over already. The Skaven are all routing in every direction. If you take the Lord has fled debuff, you're extra screwed. The Eshin Sorcerer walked into the Celestial General, wants a point blank ninja star right to the face. He routs. The Celestial General is 300 HP, and Snitch, come back here. +1 leadership. You need to rally. Okay, he's rallied. He's active. He's got vigor. He should be okay. Celestial General is crazy low. Balance of power is dead even as we have gutter runners kiting it out. The Astromancer's getting sniped by the assassin. Look at these Celestial Dragon Guard. They're so freaking low. The Celestial Dragon crossbows have 2 volleys left. The Grays of Kian are almost dead, and they have no volleys left. Snitch, why did you shatter? Why are you like this? Why would you do this? Why would you shatter? Eshin Sorcerer needs to come back and throw one more ninja star at the frickin' Celestial General, but he can't do it. Why would you shatter, you piece of shit? You get back here and lead your men to glorious victory as the Skaven are ticking up on the command points. The assassin's hunting down the Astromancer. He'll eventually finish him, and that stupid Celestial General maybe could have died, but Snitch abandons his troops, and then it is all over for sure. He's gone. Look at all the white flags appearing where I'm going to circle my mouse, because I know how Skaven do after Skaven lose their frickin' lord. And without Snitch, even these gutter runners can't stand up to the Celestial General. Astromancer's running away from this assassin who is having some jank issues hitting him. Looks like Trogdor reset his attack animations. Look at how close the gold damage value is. In a 15-minute game with double the funds usual, these players managed to stay exactly 50-50 as the assassin finally gets a hit onto the Astromancer. And I wonder if the Celestial General has the balls to take a 1v1 with the assassin with that low HP. It would be pretty funny. It'd be a pretty funny thing. And I literally don't think he can lose the game from this situation. It's just the assassin. The assassin's all that's left. Once those guys rout over there, which they're going to now, yeah, it's the assassin. 28 Skaven. These guys have 26 models. So the Eshin Sorcerer still counts, but now he's gone. So it is officially the assassin versus the world. The assassin can't possibly win. General 1v1 him. 1v1 him. Terror routing away from the comment. Yeah. Man, this was a good game. I'm gonna have to clip this. I have to clip this for a standalone for the channel. It's too good. It's too good. This was such a banger. Trogdor coming the closest the Skaven Vermintide can get to a win. I love how Cathay has no idea where their enemy is, by the way. And then he finally shows up, charges in. Do assassins have power grab, or is that just chieftains? That's just chieftains. The assassin will fight. Army losses is coming for him pretty quick, though, as the gutter runners get off the map and they shatter. It's just a poor little assassin. And that is G. Frickin' G. Very fun game. I gotta write myself a note to clip that. Certified banger. As the 1,400 Grand Cathay did barely hold versus the Skaven, man. Barely. Oh. Celestial Dragon Guard did their jobs. They held on. Celestial Dragon Crossbows did fine. Long Marauders got mostly cut to pieces. Jolly Green Giant did okay. Fire and Rocket Battery did fine. For the Skaven, I think it was a complete coin toss until Snick shattered. When he just shattered off in the desert all on his lonesome, then it was GG. But up until that point, it was anyone's game. It was anyone's game. GG's, lads. GG's.
Subscribe, yes, yes.